Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And now, the stories you may not see on TV. It's time for another episode of All Politics Are Local with your host, Barry D.
Yes, it's me, Barry D, and I'm here to bring you another episode of All Politics Are Local.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Oh, trust me, I so intend to. From the 17th floor of the WCHE studios at 105 West Gay Street in Westchester, we're located a mere 2.1 miles from the headquarters of Chester County Voter Services, a place made famous on the national news this past Tuesday. Thank you, I'll be here all week. They're open Monday through Friday most times, and this place is on the first floor of the Government Services Building. It's a place you can go to get your mail-in ballot if it doesn't come to you, or me having to change my address when they change it to a place in the middle of the Brandywine Creek on an empty lot in the woods. What? Yeah, no, they don't screw up at all over there, Voter Services, Karen Barsoom. Anyway, or you can change your signature since it doesn't look the same when you register to vote at the age of 18. But I will tell you there's good news with 4 reviews on the Google in the last 9 years and only a rating of 3.8 stars. And the majority of the good ones were before Karen Barsoom became the director. I think we've all heard enough. So, even so, there will be more in this show, I assure you. So stick around. Not sure if that's a shameless plug.
Not really.
No. At the controls today, First Mate Navigator and Chief Chronometer Keeper, Eric Clambera. If you have an opposing view about that, be sure to let WCHE know.
Are you kidding me?
Right. Nobody hates Eric. For today's non-call-in show, I have no monologue. I do have 5 minutes with Jack. That's 10 minutes. Carla has the week off, so that's safe for some people that absolutely hate her. And my guest for the day is actually going to call in. Now it's that time of the show where we do a little time travel back about 25 years. That's 2.5 decades ago when commercials could be commercials, when poking fun at people was just a joke and feelings didn't get hurt. The safe room was for home invasions, not crying because someone picked on you. And marketing was about selling a product, not telling people how wonderful and virtuous your company is. So let's climb back into that WCHE time machine and go back together and laugh at someone.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Putt-Putt Golf Course Designer.
Mr. Putt-Putt Golf Course Designer.
Through the magic of AstroTurf and animatronics, you've taken the time-honored game of golf and made it fun again.
Keep on stroking.
They said a 3-foot putt wasn't a challenge, so you added windmills. While lesser men wasted time with fairways and sand traps, you had visions of fiberglass volcanoes and giant clown heads.
Freak me out now.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. Putt-Putt Golf Course Designer, because you and I know that a round of golf should always include Indian teepees.
Mr. Putt-Putt Golf Course Designer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
And don't forget those windmills. There is no monologue today. As I said, this show is packed with interviews and entertainment. As always, opposing views are welcome here at WCHE. If you think Voter Services did a bang-up great job this election, that researching candidates is stupid, or whatever else you disagree with that I've said or what is said on the show, contact me. I'll make arrangements for you to come on.
That would be an amazing thing if that happened.
It certainly would. Let's head over to 5 minutes with Jack. It's actually 10 minutes. Good morning, Jack. How are you?
Very, I'm doing quite well. And you, sir?
You know, this week has been a difficult week, especially Tuesday.
Tuesday was a rough one for a lot of people. But, Barry, I think that we can safely say that the blue states voted for their blue-haired, blue people.
They did. They came out. They showed their ability to stick together, and they did vote hard Democrat. You're absolutely right.
I don't think anyone was really surprised. But, Barry, I do understand there was a surprise right in your own backyard, and you were the first to report it at WCHE. It went nationwide with the issues that happened with I don't know, it had something to do with the ballots, and there was some incongruencies.
Yeah.
And the director of voter services had a lot of issues. Can you give us some details on that?
Yeah, we broke the news at 8:05 in the morning. I started getting phone calls, and the problem was, Jack, as you're probably well aware, that the sign-in books were only for Democrats and Republicans. There were no third parties on there, no libertarians, no independents, no Green Party, Constitution Party, Communist, Socialist. Any of those other parties left out of the books. So there's some voter suppression for you, huh?
Yeah, I think they call that disenfranchising the voter. Isn't that the term that they throw around often?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, so here's what happens, right? Now it turns out voter services immediately says, just write their name in the book and give them a ballot. But then they realize that's no good because there's no real traceability on that. Then they rescind that. This went on all day. They came out with policies and then dropped the policies. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was getting phone calls from everywhere, people reporting in. I have people everywhere in the county. I'll find out. People will let me know. There were so many things going on. It was unbelievable. They called in all the roamers. Those are the people that visit precincts just to say, hey, I got stuff in the car. Do you need things? Are you set? What do you have going on? Or they'll take like people that go, hey, I haven't had the chance to use the bathroom because it's been so busy here. They're like, hey, I can take over judge of elections. I'll do that for you. Or they can check people in. They can be a clerk. They can do all that. They're there to help relieve people. Well, they were all immediately called in at 9 o'clock in the morning to the government services building because of this.
Would we call that a DEFCON 1 alert?
Kind of. There was a panic. And they were all there waiting for hours while they were setting up to print the books. Instead of allowing them to go out and do their thing across the county and then say, hey, need you here in 1 hour because we're going to have the books ready, these people all stood around and waited for the books to get done. Now, they were telling people before noon, everything's resolved, but it wasn't resolved. They were still printing the books. They were printing books at 12:31, 1:30 in the afternoon.
I got a question. Let me just ask you real quick.
Go ahead.
Did the Tuesday the 4th, did that come as a surprise to voter services? Were they unaware that that date was coming and the importance of the date for voting?
You would think, but the Constitution says it's always the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. So it's been pretty regular for, I don't know, a while now.
Been for a while. So it didn't really sneak up on him. It wasn't like it was out of the blue, last minute type thing. This is something that you prepare for effectively for months and months at a time, right?
Yes, they have one job: get the voters the ability to vote. That's their entire job, and it's pretty easy to just go in, double check things. And this is the problem. Our voter services has been a disaster for a number of years now, a disaster. And they've had multitudes. This is just the latest in the problems they've been having, Jack. Just in the spring, I remember the Republican Party said to them, hey, we know that the Democrat Prothonotary was using the credit card for her own personal use. She's had to step down. Isn't there an emergency election for that? And they were assured by the Director of Voter Services that no, that there's no need. They've appointed somebody, a deputy, to do the job. It's fine. And then all of a sudden they went, oh my God, we screwed up after the primary. We were supposed to do that. So you guys are just going to have to pick somebody to run, which disenfranchised every voter because both parties just had to pick a candidate to run in the general election.
Unbelievable. I say unbelievable. And Barry, I took the liberty to look up the Director of Voter Services in Chester County, Karen Barsham. I figured, you know what, I'll just take a look and see, what does this position pay? Because I'm curious.
I don't even know that. Do you know?
Well, I do. I know what that number is. But the reason why I wanted to look is because I want to see what we're paying total incompetence. And she makes almost $112,000 a year. She's in the top 3%. She's the 75th highest paid employee out of 2,600. So what does that get you? That gets you, the military term is, maybe I shouldn't say what the military term is, Barry, but it is complete incompetence.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. And she manages to hold on to her job. She has probably, without question, the highest turnover rate in her department. People
so well liked by her peers.
Leave in droves. I get calls all the time from people saying, I have a story to tell you. And, I listen, but look, I could report on her every week. I could tell you that I have invited her on my show several times. I've been turned down every time. She won't come on my show. And I think it's because she knows the questions and she also knows the answers, and neither one are going to be good.
Well, I think after this fiasco, Barry, she's going to go in the witness protection program. She's certainly not going to be make herself available to be interviewed.
I got to tell you, I don't know, Jack. I believe that the commissioners, because this is an appointed job, the Republicans had a person that was not good in voter services, that he pulled some really funny stuff and he got caught at it. And they told him he had to write a letter of apology, and then he realized it wouldn't be a good idea for him to admit what he had done. So he resigned instead, which I think saved his retirement is what it did. But they did the right thing. The Republican commissioners did the right thing by making sure that he left. But I'm not so sure this batch will do this. I just don't think they will. These Democrats are going to protect her to the end. And I hate to do that. Look, this shouldn't be a Democrat-Republican thing. This is a right and wrong thing.
It certainly shouldn't be. And the incompetence shouldn't be an advantage to them. However, it seems to be a level of baked-in incompetency always seems to work to their advantage.
It does, doesn't it? It's kind of frightening. I don't know what's going to happen here. All I know is we make the national news, and it's not for good reasons. And Karen Barsoom is at the pointy end of this harpoon. As Harry Truman said, the buck stops here. Well, she can't keep passing the buck. And this has been an embarrassment to the county at $12,000 a year?
Yes.
And I think it's time for her to move on.
Yeah, well, in software they call it a glitch or a feature. This is a feature. It's not a glitch. It almost seems like it's almost like it's planned. I don't know if that's the case, but it seems to be time and time again of these errors that are egregious that can't be undone because the die is cast.
It's just bad. I get reports all the time about how bad it is in voter services. Like I said, I can't report it all, and it's I guess I could bring the people on the air and talk about it, but, it have to have something. But here's the perfect example of what it's doing, Jack. I got to let you go. I got to move on. I have another interview with somebody who wrote a song about this, and he's from the 10th floor of the WCHE corporate building. So he's going to be jumping on here soon. And, hey, I appreciate you talking about this and bringing it to light for the public.
Excellent. Thank you, Barry.
You got it, Jack. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Anyone who has an opposing view to Jack's segment, email me. I'll get you on the show, especially if you have first-hand information. I don't want your theories. Lord knows Karen Barsoom refuses to come on whenever she's been invited. But let's go to a commercial and come back with Keith Rural to talk about his new release, Time to Go, Karen.
Barry D is back with All Politics Are Local.
And I am back. It's time for my interview. About 6 months ago, we took the 10th floor of the WCHE corporate building and turned it into a jingle department. It's expanded out. It's short songs and intros and things like that. It's been doing a lot. We've been doing some outside contract work. And we brought in some really good people. As I've said before, WCHE has a tremendous budget for buying or hiring the best second-rate musicians there are out there. And really? It's true. It's true. Just because they're second rate just doesn't look. Just because they don't have a hit single and we don't have Taylor Swift, we have Tina Swift. I'm telling you, we got good people. So Keith Rural was inspired by this, and he actually wrote this song Tuesday afternoon in the middle of this voter services debacle. And I'm honored to have known Keith Rural now for several weeks. No, I've known him much longer than that. But anyway, he's a great guy. And, we decided to do a world premiere on my show for his 2 versions of this song, and you guys are going to get the chance to vote for which one you like better and win a staff WCHE polo shirt's worth $30. It's a beautiful thing. You can wear it proudly. You'll love this thing. So you're going to vote on it just by sending in one of 2 words, either solo or duet. And you're going to send that to WCHE Barry D, that's DEE, BARRYDEE @gmail.com. And so, Keith, without further ado, Keith, he's over in Studio One. How are you today, man?
All right, there we go.
Yeah. I think your speaker's having a little bit of a problem. Keith, you're a long-time singer-songwriter, and real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah. Good morning, Barry. I listen to your show a lot. I'm really excited to be working here at WCHE in the jingle department. It's been very exciting. And when you say second rate, I know a lot of people they might take that the wrong way, but my mom always told me why pay full price for anything.
That's
a sucker bet right there.
Right. That's right.
I don't pay full price for nothing.
Retail is for suckers.
Listen, you go buy a pair of cowboy boots and you want to pay full price, or you wait till they go on sale. It's still the same pair of boots.
I'm with you, my friend.
All right.
I'm with you.
All right, Barry.
Tell us about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? I know you're from Chester County.
Well, Barry, right now I call Oxford, Pennsylvania my home right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was married. I am now divorced. I had 2 kids, a pickup truck. I did get divorced. I did write a song about that, but what country singer hasn't?
Right, that's true.
That's true.
That's true, yeah. Is it true that if you play that record backwards, you'll get all that stuff back?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that because I don't really, I'm not really interested in all them kids and my wife. She's a pain.
I heard you hated the truck.
Well, no, that was the one thing I did miss the most. I will have to admit, because when you have a truck, you can always be hauling stuff around. And
right.
You got a place to take your stuff, and good truck is better than a woman.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
My truck didn't leave me. My woman took my truck.
and the truck can carry more than she can.
Yeah.
Although your wife was
she's sturdy.
Pretty sturdy woman.
She's a sturdy woman. She's the type of woman to help you lift a couch.
You gotta like that.
But she lifted my bank account and my heart and my children and my truck and left.
I think that was stanza 2 of your song.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's in there.
Is there truth to the rumor that you have a very famous relation?
Well, I'm related to, maybe you heard him, Keith Urban.
Sure.
Yeah, we have the same first name. Now, he's my second cousin, but twice removed. Yeah, we don't talk a lot. I have gotten several calls, though, from his recently separated woman, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to call me up a few times.
Yeah.
We have met and hung out and all that. But he's my second cousin. Twice removed. So I don't think that was right.
So you're not taking the phone call?
Yeah, I'm not.
You're an honorable man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Out in Oxford, that's just how we do.
That's how you roll. That's awesome.
That's right.
Tell me about you did the song, right? You wrote it.
Well,
Election Day.
Yeah, when you reached out to me, I was watching the news.
National news.
I get all my information off the Facebooks. Because you can't trust legacy media. So
right.
I like your show. And so I saw you reporting on this, and I was like, whoa, wow. And then you mentioned maybe we should write. I was just, that's how I think. I think in music and lyrics, and you start doing a little twang and a twang and a bing and a bing bang.
Right.
And all of a sudden you got like a little song dancing around your head. You ever do that?
Oh yeah, and you gotta get it out, right?
Yeah,
you
have
to get it out.
You're cleaning something, and you're just kind of coming up with a little song. There's a little beat. There's a beat to life.
Right. And if you don't jot it down, it's gone.
Right.
It just goes away.
Yeah, sometimes, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like my wife. And those 2 kids.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're really mine.
So
anyway, we never got like a test. I tried to get on, what was that show with that guy. He was dating that Asian woman.
Who's my baby daddy?
Yeah, it was one of them shows in the middle of the day.
Maury
Povich. Yeah. And you'd be like, you are not the daddy. I was trying to get on there because I couldn't really afford
the test,
a DNA test back then.
Mm-hmm.
That was a while ago. They were real
back
expensive.
Before you started cranking out the song.
Well, now I'm working with WCHE. Things are looking up.
Checks are cashing. Everything's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, outstanding.
I love it.
So tell us about. Now you did 2 different versions of your song.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between the 2?
Well, the first one is, it's kind of like a breakup song.
Mm-hmm.
That Taylor Swift, every time she's hopping in bed with another dude and then, he's gone.
Yeah, right.
She got to write a song about it.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait till this Kelsey song comes out. I mean, he ain't going to last. But anyway, so, it's a little bit of a breakup song about, Karen and maybe how she should break up. Mm-hmm. With her job, because you ain't doing your job,
right?
I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
I don't do my job, I don't get paid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's got some guitars in there. I would have liked a steel guitar,
right?
But
we have a lot of sax in the first one.
There's a little bit of horn in there,
yeah.
And it's got a nice, it's got a snappy beat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The second one,
right?
It's more of a, like a classic sound.
What we're used to hearing from Keith Rourke.
Right, and it was a duet. Found a lady with a beautiful voice. Her name is Carrie Overboard, and she does perform on it. And some people say it's got like a Bon Jovi feel. I don't know. Who says you can't go home? When he was all
with Sugarland, right?
Sugarland, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I love that influence. That's perfect.
Well,
Well, you got the band, you got the backup stuff all ready to go. Everybody looks assembled over there in Studio A.
Yeah, we're all. These guys are real quiet though. Everybody. I told them keep it down.
Yeah,
because the acoustics in here are good.
Well, I'm kind of glad that they stopped drinking once they got here, so that's a plus.
Well, yeah, we only drink when we drive.
Okay, perfect.
So
you guys want to cue up that first one? We'll clear the air here and get you ready to go.
Oh, we would love to. You want to hear the first one, right?
Yeah,
you want to hear the kind of sappy little.
And the name of the song is "Time to Go, Karen," right?
Yeah.
Okay, "Time to Go, Karen." Okay, you guys, whenever you're ready.
Here we go. Ready, a 1 and a 2 and.
It's not a complicated job to make sure the people get their vote. Direct to Karen, can't seem to get it right. It's time for you to say good night. Anymore. We know by now you wish you had stayed in Daddy's grocery store. Don't you think Chester County voters deserve more? Karen, 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 we don't love you anymore. It's time for the commissioners to show you the door.
All right, man, that was awesome, you guys.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Oh, that's
you get your money's worth, Barry?
I got to tell you, WCHE doesn't pay enough. Whatever it is, it's not enough. That was fantastic.
Well, it's never enough. I mean, you know, the rich. I ain't heard a rich man yet say, "No, don't give me any more money." I ain't heard it yet.
Not gonna hear from me either.
Right on.
Anyhow, you know, and by the way, that's not to be confused with, if I'm right, Keith, with Philly Karen, right? It's not the Philly Karen.
Philly Karen.
Yeah, the one with the one that stole the baseball.
Oh, well, you know, that name gets thrown around a lot.
A lot,
you know,
doesn't it?
and I, you know what? It's a shame because I know a lot of nice Karens.
Yeah.
It's gotten a real bad rap.
Yeah,
I like to clear the air.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you know, hey, so long, Karen. What did you think, huh?
Man, I thought that was great. Now, in the second one, I got to hear it last night.
Yeah.
The
duet.
Yeah, the duet.
Carry Overboard.
Carry Overboard.
Yeah.
She takes
real pretty girl.
Oh my God, yes, she is gorgeous. What you know, something had to make your band look better. She
well, it ain't hard.
That's true. So in the second one, she takes a little bit of artistic license. She tweaked a couple of the words in her section, but I thought you guys had a perfect meld in there. I just like you guys. Had you ever worked together before?
No. I mean, we just had a kismet.
Yeah. A what?
A kismet?
What's a kismet?
I don't know.
Like just a moment?
Is that like an up dog?
Yeah, it could be.
Like a kismet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know
I just hear everybody say that word a lot. I was trying to be fancy.
I don't speak Oxfordese, so I'm not good with that.
Okay.
So
that's probably on the eastern side.
So yeah, oh, she just walked in. Oh my God, she is gorgeous. Holy smoke.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Oh. So okay, you guys want to?
Stop that.
You guys, that's not in the workplace. Please.
She just gave me a little peck on the, on the cheek. That's all.
So you guys ready to set this one up? You good?
I think so.
She got her.
Miss Carrie, you ready?
She got her cans on.
Yeah,
got
she
the headphones on. Ready to go?
She says she's ready to go.
Yeah.
She says she's always ready to go. I don't know what that means.
Give her the good mic. Now,
Carrie, settle down.
I notice you kind of change your tone a little bit in this thing. You don't sound exactly the same, but much like Billy Joel, he does different songs, and it doesn't sound like Billy Joel.
I got ranges, Barry.
You do.
I'm a professional.
You are?
I mean, I taught my second cousin, twice removed, everything he knows.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How many times?
That's probably why his girlfriend be trying to call me. You know what I'm saying?
Now, did you teach him here or when he was in Australia?
Well, we just visited around, and you'd be singing and doing fun stuff.
Kind of the summertime, the cousins get together.
Yeah, Australia's real far. That's far away. He was over here in the United States, the best country in the world.
That's true.
I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, people aren't escaping. They're sneaking in.
Listen, they don't build a wall to keep people in if it's so great.
That's true.
Like in
former East Germany.
Yeah, East Germany. They didn't build a wall to keep people from getting in.
Right.
They built it to keep people from getting out.
That's true.
We had to start building a wall to keep people from getting in.
That's true.
I mean, we didn't have to, but you know what I'm saying.
That's right. So
I don't want to get political.
No. Let's not. Okay, let's. All
right.
You guys are all set. This next one again is it's just another version. It's a duet.
Yeah.
This is the duet. First one was solo. Duet. And it's Keith Rural and Carry Overboard.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's not a complicated job to make sure the people get their vote. But Director Karen can't seem to get it right. It's time for you to say goodnight. It's time to go, Karen. Time to go. It's time to go, Karen.
All righty. That was the second one. That was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for Keith Rorrell and Carrie Overboard on that one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
They love you, man. I got to tell you, she's masterful. Like, the way she just gyrates around singing that, she is into the song.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little shy, though, today. She don't want to really talk.
Well, she said all right, bye, honey. She had a couple appointments, so she was just swinging by real quick. She's out the door, man.
Blessing. We got to get her on full
She's
time.
out the door.
Got to get. Well, hey, listen.
Yeah.
I got to jump to my next interview, but I got to tell you,
yeah, buddy,
we're going to make these songs downloadable, and we're going to have votes on this. We'll do votes through like Monday or Tuesday, and then we'll give away that shirt. But I want to make sure
that's a nice shirt. I was trying to I might on the download get somebody to enter for me.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to get one. They didn't give me one yet.
Yeah, because I'm looking at what you're wearing. It's not pretty.
Well, I like flannel.
Yeah, you do. Like
it's fall, baby. Pumpkin spice. Fall, flannel.
That's true.
And,
that's true.
I'm a simple dresser. I'm, some guys like my second cousin, twice removed.
Yeah.
He spends a lot of money on wardrobe.
He does.
That's
he
silly.
does.
It's silly.
It is. Well, listen, once again, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Keith Rorrell.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And, bye-bye, Karen.
Hey, we're going to take a break, go to a commercial, and come back with my next guest.
Barry D is back with All Politics Are Local.
Alrighty, I am back, and my guest today, Jennifer Smith. That's her hotel sign-in name, by the way. Jennifer, I would like to welcome you to All Politics Are Local. Thanks for taking the time to be here today.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, after hearing your story, I really appreciate it, because a lot of people would talk about exactly what you've done, but then I don't really want people to know. I just want to live my life. But I spoke with you, and you were so animated about switching parties. And I know a lot of people feel like you, and I'm not talking about any party in particular. I'm just saying there are people out there that finally say, you know what, this doesn't match me anymore. The unfortunate thing is the bulk of the people out there will never look at it and say, you know what, perception is my reality. And now my perception, it turns out, is wrong. Because to admit that would to admit you were wrong about something. And people can't do that. They would rather double down. Have you ever noticed that? They'd rather double down than say, I got to quit while I'm behind. This was wrong. Have you ever noticed that?
But that seems contradictory to
truth,
to what they're putting out there, right? So when the Dems come at us and say, oh, but you have to do this, and this, even if it's crazy, they're not living their truth, and why can't they step back and look for a minute and go, maybe that doesn't sound real good and doesn't feel real good, but you're right, I'm going to say it no matter what.
Okay.
And I'm just not like that. What you see is what you get.
There you go.
And I've always... Yeah, I was always raised like that, so it wasn't shocking that I switched parties.
Okay, so
inevitably.
Let me do a couple things. First of all, first version or second version, which did you like better? Of the song?
First.
You like the first one, the breakup song?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we have two. I've already gotten one in and said they like the poppy one better than the other one. So this is gonna be an interesting challenge here.
Yeah, we need him to write Goodbye Hochul. Right?
One day at a time, Jen.
Please.
One day at a time.
I'm an upstate New York girl. Please.
We'll see. I'll get Keith Rorrell on that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so tell us your story. Your party was what? Republican or Democrat?
No. Democrat.
You were Democrat, and were you born and raised a Democrat, or were your parents Republicans?
I was born. So backstory: I've lived in Cambridge, New York, most of it. So I did go to the Ohio State University.
Oh wow!
But came back and married children, and I was born a Democrat. I would say my parents were a little more what you call moderate now. They were never far left extremists. You know, they were never that. You know, they were a little bit more thoughtful. And I can honestly say, looking back now, I was raised to have an open mind and find my voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't fit. And we were able to talk about things. But it was definitely Democrat. Got divorced, met my husband, who's from Florida, spent 23 years, raised a third child in Sarasota, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful. That's when it all started to turn, because I voted for Obama twice. But when Hillary
he was
came
cool.
on the
You know,
scene,
people liked Obama. He was cool.
Yeah, the Hillary, it just never sat with me.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband actually was the one who said, I'm not sure how anyone, or I, myself, or anyone could really vote for her, because if she's looking past all of these discrepancies of her husband, you know, right up front in the Oval Office, you know, what was going on, what else will she turn a blind eye to?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going, wow, simple statement, but very poignant. You know, this is our lives, this is our country. If she's willing at all costs to turn a blind eye to her slimy husband, what else is she going to do? Because I remember her standing right by him, you know, when they were doing the whole impeachment and bringing him up on things. You know, she stood right by him, supporting him, and she was awful to women, terrible. And I remember thinking, wow, okay. And then the whole Benghazi, you know, came up, and that was it. I just couldn't do it. Plus, I worked in the school system as a preschool teacher, and quite frankly, I saw the rampant fraud of welfare. Of, you know, sorry to say it, but these women were coming in with nails and hair and, you know, new car like a Kia or something like that, and they're pulling in, and, you know, we're all there working for their dime, and they were staying home, and they were doing aftercare for free. So their child was all day at the school on the taxpayer's dime, and they were having a blast.
Wait, so...
And that's when I went full on, I've got to switch parties.
Did they work? Did they have jobs?
No.
So they had new
working.
cars, had
And
nice
we would
nails,
ask them.
and somebody would
We
take
would
care of the
say.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, we would ask them, how are you doing this? And
Right.
they said,
How did they do it?
well, you just got to know how to play the system.
Play the system. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
they
was
told us exactly how to do it. Don't work, come under, you know, a certain amount of money. I was not raised like that. I was raised a worker. You always work. My husband is an engineer, still down in Florida. We work. I don't technically have to work. We're fine, but I work. I still work. 61 years old, and I will still, part-time now, but I still get up and go to work because I want to be a role model for my adult children who, you know, this is what you do. You don't rest. You don't ask other people to pay for you. And unfortunately, welfare has become a lifestyle. You know, it's not what it was intended to be.
Well, it was yeah, that's exactly it. It was supposed to be a hand up till you got back on your feet, right?
Exactly.
So,
and now, you know, it's a lifestyle.
So, okay, so you have that, and obviously, you know, in your eyes and in a lot of other people's, the welfare gets abused, and, you know, and I don't think that has any ethnicity, color, religious orientation to it. That's just people doing it, right?
Not one bit.
Yep.
It goes every spectrum, everything.
And so you saw that, but there had to be more to it than just that. What else was there? I mean, you know.
Well, my appeal also when Trump the first time came on board, I liked that he wasn't a politician, because let's face it, during election time, they just give, you know, they'll promise you the moon, right? You know they can't deliver, they can't give. I liked his drain the swamp. Now, this was not popular to my family. I did not talk about it amongst my family, my parents, because we would come up here very often. And it's, you know, it's a lot of college professors here in Cambridge. It's rural, but it's also got, you know, another side to it. And I did not go around saying I was a Trump supporter. I kept it sort of in the closet.
Might have been hazardous to your health, huh?
They were calling us all sorts of names, and it didn't feel good. So I just really didn't talk about it then.
But you were certainly what they called you, right? I mean, you were definitely that type of person. They were classing you, right?
But I was quiet. I felt very much, okay, don't say anything because, you're going to be called names and this and that. My mother had dementia later on and actually died of Alzheimer's about 3 years ago. And when they were pushing that dementia patient, that was when I said, I'm not going to be quiet. I've lived, breathed, and died this, and this is awful. I knew what was going on with him. Anybody who has been in and around that terrible situation, we know the signs. You can see it. The blank stare, the blinking, the hands down to his side, the, cutting himself off in a sentence saying, well, man, because they lose their train of thought and they have to come up with something to break that and bring something else up. My mother would do it. She'd say, well, that thing. And then you'd say, no, I don't. And she'd say, oh, well, and then go on to something else. I watched Biden do it. And that was it for me. I said, I'm not hiding it. Nope. I rate during Biden's whole 4 years, and then Trump's sign was on the front yard. And we moved at that time. We moved to upstate New York back due to the fact that we sold high in Florida and bought low here because we inherited the lovely family home. And I decided Trump sign's going out. I don't care.
So you sold your house for a lot of money down in Florida, so you're a terrible capitalist. That's one of your problems, right?
I'm awful. Terrible.
Okay.
Awful.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So we did what they tell you to do. Sell high, buy low. And that's what we did, and we've obviously put money into this house and made it lovely again, and we are prepared if things go real south in New York State. My family up here knows this house goes on the market, we'll make the money again, and adios.
Yeah. I tell you what, speaking of terrible capitalists, we got to keep the lights on here. We got to jump to a commercial real quick. Can you hold 2 minutes, and we're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back with Jennifer Smith.
Barry D is back with All Politics Are Local.
We are jumping back in with Jennifer Smith, talking about her change from Democrat to Republican, and I want to give her as much time as possible because she got cut short a little bit by Keith Rorrell. But if you're going to get cut short by somebody, I mean, that's the star to get cut short by, right, Jen?
Oh, sure.
I mean,
everybody loves music.
Yeah, right. So
absolutely.
There you go. So I got a checklist I have to go down with you, if you don't mind. Can I go over a couple things?
No, absolutely.
So you changed from Democrat to Republican. So when did you become a racist?
Well, according to the liberal Dems, that would have been 2016.
Okay. And you do, I want to make sure you are in favor of starving children, right? Because that's what they say, right?
100%.
Yeah, I'm looking for all the labels that people put on different political parties. So,
fascism, bring that in.
Fascism.
And I love dictators. Yeah. Can't get enough of dictators. Love them. Want to spend 24 hours with them.
So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call sarcasm. Okay. So, have you lost friends over this? Real friends? Have you lost what you thought were real friends?
No, and that's very interesting because one of my best friends is definitely Democrat. She's moderate though, and I have a sneaky feeling she did not vote Democrat in the last election, though. I think common sense prevailed. I'll never know, and that's great, as it should be. Everybody should be able to get on Election Day and vote how they feel and not be ridiculed or whatever, and that's keep it to themselves. But no, I Facebook friends who really, are they your friends? No, they're acquaintances. Yes. I thinned the herd recently, but then I had, I got axed by a few, and that's fine. If they don't want to see my news feed on political things, that's their right. You know, I get it. I don't want to see theirs.
Sure.
So, but my other friends who are Republican and some of my family members were stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sort of has that united front. But my brother is a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
However, he believes in Trump's tariffs because he's a retired banker, big banker for a large bank over the years, and he's come around. He'll never change his party affiliation. I don't know exactly how he'll vote, but he's no longer bashing Trump. He's actually saying, you know, what he's doing is going to get us where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
May not like how it's happening right now, but in the long run, it's going to save us.
So I'm going to talk to you as a former Democrat, but still of a Democrat somewhat mindset, because born and raised that way. By the way, I was too. I was born and raised a Democrat, moderate, Massachusetts Democrat.
Yep.
Very conservative Democrat. Maybe in the lines of Calvin Coolidge type of thing. But anyway, of course, he was a Republican, but a Massachusetts type of thing. You know, New England Democrats are different, or were different back in the day than they are today.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So, do you feel as Ronald Reagan did, who was the head of the Screen Actors Guild union? He was a big Democrat union guy. Do you subscribe to his thing that you didn't leave the Democrat Party, they left you?
Oh, yeah, they become something I don't recognize.
And
I don't
how
understand the extremists, and I don't understand the cancellation. That really unnerved me, because if you thought differently, vocalized anything, you know, differently, and nothing extreme, they would just go for the jugular. You know, like, you were done, you were stupid, you're uneducated. And it's like, no, I graduated 4.0, summa cum laude. I'm good. I'm not uneducated. I see things through a different lens. And, you know, everything that we go through in life shapes us, whether we like it or not. And it's going to form how we see things. So I can't maybe understand how someone can vote the way they do, but I don't think they're wrong. And I won't even call these Democrats and these left-wing extremists, you know, I'm not going to call them names in my head, but, you know, they have the right. I mean, that is what our founding fathers set up and what, you know, this great country was founded on. But it's that cancel culture is scary. That gets a little too China for me.
You know, I agree with you on that. That's kind of the frightening thing, because then what happens is they shut you down, and then when you say, I don't need this, I'll keep my head down and I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to make any noise. Then the next thing they say is, when something gets pushed, and this is any cancel culture, okay? It can happen in any political spectrum. But when it's used, it's frightening, because then the next thing they say is, well, we're going to do X. And nobody says anything. They go, well, must be okay, because nobody's disagreeing. Because they know if they disagree, they'll be crushed like a grape, to the point they could go bankrupt. They could lose their families. They could lose everything.
Look at the weaponization. Look at the parents who are raising concerns after COVID, because they actually got a bird's eye view into what was going on and what was being taught, and they were like, hang on, that we need to discuss. And, you know, Biden pulls out the FBI to surveil, you know, to go after them.
Yes,
and things.
That's true.
And that you know, being here in New York with Letitia James and this whole thing, we just find it funny and ironic that she's pointing the finger that you're, you know, weaponizing. And really? Because you ran on your whole platform for, you know, to get into office based on putting Trump in jail.
I found that shocking.
And I don't understand the hypocrisy. I don't even understand how she can open her mouth. I mean, I don't think they hear what actually is coming out of their mouth. The TDS is absolutely real, in my opinion. It's out there, and it's for all to see, and I think that's what's divided us so much is the name calling, the cancellation of people.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that. I don't remember.
It didn't used to be like that.
Names.
It didn't used to be like that. It really didn't.
No.
Oh, we got about.
Remember the 70s and 80s? You could have a different. Nobody put their political affiliation front and center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't like someone or have fun with someone because of how they voted. You liked them for the fun they brought to the table and silliness or good times, or, you know, you like to hike or you like music together or things. It wasn't, well, who did you vote for?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And now
don't
it's
you notice
a badge everybody has to wear.
If you go out to dinner with people now, it's like pins and needles that somebody's going to bring up something about politics.
Right.
It's become almost grossly uncomfortable, and you don't know who it's going to be in a group that you're out with, and you're just like, yeah, I don't think I want to go out with anybody because I have no idea where they stand, and then they're going to say something, and then I'm going to have to bite my tongue to be cordial, or I'm going to say something, then they're going to be mad, and then it's going to be extremely uncomfortable for the next 2.5 hours while we were out to dinner at this nice restaurant. How about we just pass? It's destroyed a lot of this type of socialization.
I guess I've made my circle smaller and stronger, and we do have friends who are not on the same political side, but they're not the canceling type.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, you know, think and realize that our friendship and the fun things we do together is worth way more. So we just, you know, we don't really talk about it. Sometimes it comes up and we have a civil conversation. I did with my brother. You know, he and his wife came to visit from Seattle for a week, and, you know, it was when Harris was anointed, and we had wonderful conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't anything, well, now I hate you, or you're dead to me type of thing. And I just don't understand where that's coming. Well, that's coming from insecurity, right?
Yeah.
Anybody who has to go at that level at you is not secure. They know there's flaws, and they know there's holes, but they know that they've, you know, for some reason got to toe this party line. And that's their loss, in my opinion.
It's frightening control. It really is. And it can happen in either party, but right now, unfortunately, I really see it hard in the Democrat Party. But, you know...
well, you're going to watch New York City play out in real-time socialism, and you're going to see, you know, as they call the useful idiots,
mm-hmm.
you know, back during, you know, Castro and Stalin, you know, they're called the useful idiots. They're going to use them to get their message out, start the revolution, do everything. Then they're not going to need them.
The people that
where do they go?
People that supported the communism and Fidel Castro couldn't get out of Cuba fast enough when they saw what Castro did to them. It's going to be an interesting play. I have to jump because I have to close out the show, Jennifer, and I really appreciate you coming on. And it's been really nice to talk to you. And you know, I would advise anybody who was a Republican that turned Democrat, if you want to call and come on the show, I'd love to talk to you about that too. But I really appreciate you being on and your insight into this. It takes a special person to do that. A lot of people just keep their mouths shut, and I appreciate you not doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure to my family's chagrin.
Dismay.
I sometimes wish I was that person, but you know, no.
Yeah, well,
it's in the head, it's out the mouth.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer.
Okay.
We'll talk.
All right,
take
Barry,
care.
you take care.
We'll see you. Bye-bye. All right, it's that time where I have to wrap up the show.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, sadly, this has to come to an end. You know, Eric and I are on the morning show together from 7 till 10 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Tune it in here to find out what's going on in the news and join the conversation by calling in because, you know, your hands aren't broke. Push those buttons, dial those digits, tell the world what's on your mind. And if your hands are indeed broken, yeah, there's always Siri. See, you have no excuse.
You know better than that.
That's right. In fact, you know better than that, so be sure to listen to more at WCHE. They not only have some other great shows, they even broadcast a local church service on Sunday, and some of you could use some churching. You also need to tell your friends about us. If you want to know what's going on around the county and the country, hang out with us. And remember to support our sponsors, your local friends, the ones that provide good services and jobs. You know, the things that make a healthy community and economy. And, hey, if you like my show, take the time to send a nice note to our brand new email. What is it again, Eric? It's, it is WCHE something, I don't know.
If you check out the website, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah, okay, 953WCHE.com. You can find it right there. That's it. And for those of you that say I give them anxiety, you know what that means?
You can't handle the truth.
That's right. And a big thank you to that smart and sassy Donna Saul, the general manager and best-looking person here at WCHE. She is the one here at the station that always gives me guidance. I mean, like last week at the company meeting, I had a question for her. And she looked right at me and said,
"It's illegal for you to ask me that."
Yeah, it was. But anyway, be sure to like and follow the WCHE Facebook page where you can keep up with all that's happening around the town and the county, and you can see updates on and videos on my Facebook page, which is WCHE All Politics Are Local with Barry D. That's D-E-E. And my YouTube channel, All Politics Are Local with Barry D. Today's intro and outro music is Invincible from the Invincible Pat Benatar, 1985. Invincible was not only a number 10 hit on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 charts, it hit number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Mainstream Rock chart, and that song goes out to the winner of the most contested election in Chester County this year, Valerie Schultz. She's a Republican that won on the Democrat write-in in the spring, so she ran on the Democrat ticket. Still a Republican. Imagine being in that position. In today's political environment, like what they just talked about, people don't cross lines to vote. Crossing party lines, ooh, bad. But both sides did. She won by a scorching 300 votes in that little township. She never changed her party. She's still a Republican, but her campaign was about hitting problems straight on instead of ignoring them and being also financially responsible. That message was, well, invincible, and it resonated with the voters. So here's to hoping the other two supervisors will get on board for the betterment of their municipality. So instead of the final advice of the day, let's play one of the two versions of Keith Rowell's new song, Time to Go, Karen, before we close out the show. Let's just give a little shot of that real quick.
It's not a complicated job.
I'm Barry D. For All Politics Are Local. Thanks for listening.